Hello, I am the owner of the By the Way Chill movie channel. Today, I will introduce to you an extremely fascinating and meaningful animated film. Please like and subscribe to our channel for more motivation to make future videos. Finding Nemo is a film co-produced by Walt Disney and Pixar. The film quickly received the award for Best Film and earned a huge revenue of around $940 million. It has always been among the top 5 best animated films. The film begins with the happy scene of the clownfish couple, Marlin and Coral, strolling around their coral reef habitat. They talk about the future plans for their family and their excitement as their eggs are about to hatch. The lazy Marlin father named the thousands of eggs half Marlins and half corals. However, Coral suggests that at least one of their offspring should be named Nemo. They thought their lives would always be peaceful and happy until one day Marlin woke up and discovered that the neighbors had disappeared, and in the distance was a tiger fish aiming at their eggs. Marlin wants Coral to run away, but Coral's maternal instincts kick in and she rushes to protect her egg. Marlin fights back, but is overwhelmed by the shark and loses consciousness. When he wakes up, it is already dark and he frantically searches for his wife and eggs, only to find them gone forever. He enters the nest where he and his wife were discussing their future and cries. At that moment, he discovers that there is one remaining egg. Marlin promises to dedicate his entire life to protecting it, fulfilling Coral's wish to name the fish Nemo. Time passes, and Nemo is now old enough to go to school. He is excited and urges Marlin to wake up. However, Marlin sees the dangers of the outside world, the coral reef teeming with terrifying creatures, and sees Nemo as a weak child who needs protection. On the way to school, Nemo, like any curious child, asks numerous questions about the ocean. At school, he makes new friends and they immediately notice that one of Nemo's fins is smaller than the others, a result of the egg's crack caused by the shark attack. Their teacher, Mr. Ray, arrives to take the children on a field trip around the coral reef, teaching them about various sea creatures. While the class is focused on the lesson, Nemo and his friends sneak away to the edge of the reef and challenge each other to swim out into the deep sea. Each child takes turns swimming further out to see who is the bravest. When it's Nemo's turn, Marlin appears and tries to stop him. The other children claim that Nemo is weak and scared, worried that their own children might be in danger. Marlin meets Mr. Ray, who suggests that Nemo should repeat school for another 2 years until he is mature enough. In the midst of this, Nemo goes unnoticed and swims out into the deep sea, touching the bottom of a boat. As Nemo starts swimming back, a diver suddenly appears behind him. Marlin frantically rushes to his son, but another diver blocks his way. Marlin desperately searches for the boat and asks for help from a school of fish, but no one cares. While swimming, Marlin encounters a blue tang fish named Dory. In his desperation, Marlin vents his frustration to Dory, who miraculously claims to have seen the boat and offers to guide him. They swim for a long time, and suddenly, Dory forgets why Marlin is following her. It turns out that Dory has short-term memory loss. They are arguing when suddenly a giant shark appears and greets them. While Marlin is terrified, Dory cheerfully introduces herself to the shark. The shark, named Bruce, invites them to a vegetarian shark party. These sharks are actually vegetarian. They swear to each other that fish are friends, not food. They want to change themselves so that other species no longer have prejudices. Besides Marlin and Dory, there is a little blue fish at the party, but it feels so nervous that it can't shut its mouth. Later, the blue fish runs away and disappears. Now, each person introduces themselves and encourages Marlin to introduce himself. But right at that moment, he notices the dive mask that the diver dropped from the boat. Marlin tells the story of how his son was captured by humans, which moves the sharks to tears. Suddenly, Dory discovers some writing on the back of the mask. She immediately brings it over with the help of the shark pack. However, while struggling with the mask with Marlin, it accidentally hits Bruce and a drop of blood drips into his nose, triggering his predatory instincts. The two friends try to stop Bruce and proclaim that fish are friends, not food, but it's not very effective. Marlin and Dory are cornered by Bruce's harpoon guns. Meanwhile, the two friends still try to reassure him that he is a good shark and that he proposed the vegetarian idea. Due to Bruce's strength, the harpoon eventually falls, hitting him in the throat. Marlin quickly takes the mask and swims away with Dory. Bruce spits out the harpoon and it hits a pile of mines. Now at the bottom of the sea, he wakes up and realizes his foolishness. He quickly tells everyone to run, and a massive explosion occurs deep under the sea. At this time, Nemo has also been placed in a fish tank. He is scared of everything around him, but the fish here are all friendly. They were born in a pet store and dream of exploring the deep blue ocean. Additionally, they share another hobby, watching the dentist fix teeth for customers. After a while, a pelican flies here, also a friend of the fish. They quickly introduce Nemo to the old pelican, but the dentist mistakes it for the purpose of catching fish. After chasing the pelican away, the dentist puts up a photo of a girl holding a dead fish. It is his granddaughter named Daler, who will visit this weekend. The dentist plans to give Nemo to her as a birthday gift, but it feels more like an announcement of death since Daler's hobby is torturing fish until they die. Hearing this, Nemo feels frightened and wants to escape, but he is sucked into the filter tube. Everyone panics and wants to save him. Then Gil appears and tells Nemo to save himself. He advises Nemo to calm down and shows him how to escape. However, Nemo says he can't because of his fin disability. At this moment, Gil reveals his own fin and lets Nemo know that nothing is impossible. Seeing this, Nemo gains confidence, makes an effort, and finally escapes from the filter tube. Everyone is thrilled and runs to congratulate the little boy. They also decide to hold a membership ceremony for him tonight. Meanwhile, Marlin and Dory have fallen asleep and gotten caught in the tail of a sunken boat. When they wake up, they also fall into a deep trench. While avoiding it, Dory accidentally drops the mask. Marlin tries to find it, but out of fear, ends up swimming upward. Feeling desperate, Marlin is then encouraged by Dory. She pulls Marlin and sings as they swim down into the dark abyss until they can't see each other anymore. Right at that moment, a light appears. They are mesmerized by it, but then sharp teeth slowly reveal themselves. It's a lanternfish hunting for prey. Since this fish isn't part of the vegetarian club, Marlin and Dory are chased by it. While running away, Marlin also accidentally finds the swimming mask because of the lanternfish's light. With the help of the light, Marlin manages to read the address behind the mask. Just as Dory finishes reading, the lanternfish lunges at them. Thinking they are doomed, they play a trick on the fish by swimming in front of its mouth. But a more surprising thing happens. Dory is able to remember the new address. Excited, they swim up and continue their journey. To be admitted into Nemo's coral reef, he must swim through a bubble volcano, which seems dangerous but is actually a test of courage. Nemo easily swims through and Gil admits him to the aquarium, giving him the nickname Sharkbait. In 5 days, Darla will arrive and the group is determined to help Nemo escape. He is the only fish stuck in the fish tank filter. The plan is for Nemo to crawl into the filter with a pebble to jam the fan blades. This will dirty the tank and force the dentist to clean it, giving them the opportunity to escape. The dentist will then have to put them in a bag, and during this time, they will swim out and dive into the ocean. Despite Nemo having a disabled fin, Gil has great faith in him because he is strong and brave. Meanwhile, Marlin and Dory have learned how to get to Sydney with the help of a school of moonfish. They are grateful for Dory's diplomatic skills. As they swim, they remember not to swim upwards when they reach a rocky tunnel. However, when Marlin finds the tunnel too terrifying, he accidentally swims upwards while Dory isn't paying attention. Dory forgets the warning, and as they continue their journey, they encounter a cute jellyfish. Dory touches it and gets shocked by its electricity. Marlin rushes to see what happened, and they soon realize they are surrounded by a whole swarm of jellyfish. Dory, being forgetful, jumps on top of one and gets stung. To save her, Marlin tricks her into thinking that they are playing a game to swim out without touching any of the jellyfish. Dory finally swims out of the swarm, bragging about how fast she swam, but Marlin realizes Dory is missing the jellyfish. Without hesitation, Marlin swims in to rescue her, even though he himself gets stung. They both manage to escape, but Marlin faints and loses consciousness. Back in the fish tank, while the dentist is on a bathroom break, the group starts executing their plan. At first, everything goes smoothly as Nemo swims into the filter and places the pebble given by Gil. However, the pebble gets dislodged and the fan sucks Nemo back in. The group panics, but Gil quickly grabs a stick and throws it to Nemo to hold onto. Nemo manages to grab onto the stick and the others pull him out. It's a close call, and Nemo is scared and hides in the anemone. Gil apologizes to everyone for putting Nemo in danger and promises to never let him do anything like that again. Marlin wakes up and finds himself on the back of a sea turtle named Crush. Crush witnessed their brave actions and is taking them on a journey through the East Australian current. Marlin looks at Dory and sees her covered in wounds, non-stop murmuring in a sad tone, and he apologizes for getting her involved in all of this. Suddenly, Dory springs up as if nothing had happened. She was actually playing hide and seek with the baby turtles. During this time, one of the baby turtles is thrown out of the current. Marlin is about to swim to rescue it, but Crush stops him. After a short time, the baby turtle manages to swim back to the current. Crush then tells the story of a sea turtle's journey, being born on land and having to find their way to the ocean. The children are fascinated and ask Marlin to tell his own story. Marlin also tells them about his journey across the ocean to save his son, and the story gradually spreads. It is said that he encountered Dory, who had a confrontation with a shark. The story continues to spread until it reaches the ears of Nigel, a pelican friend of the tank gang. Nigel immediately rushes to the dentist's office to tell the story. At first, Nemo doesn't believe that his father fought against sharks, but when he hears about the clownfish named Marlin living in the coral reef, he knows it is his dad. Nemo eagerly listens to his father's journey, from fighting the sharks to swimming thousands of miles to Sydney. This story touches the hearts of both the ocean and the fish in the tank. However, while everyone is still amazed by Nemo's story, he suddenly swims back into the filtration system, ignoring Gil and everyone's panicked reactions. A few seconds later, Nemo emerges unharmed, and the story of his father's bravery gives him the courage to escape. Within the next 48 hours, the tank will be covered in algae, and everyone will carry out the plan as intended. Marlin and Dory also say goodbye to the turtle group as they reach the end of the East Australian Current. Before parting ways, Marlin asks Crush how old he is, and Crush replies that he is 150 years old, still young for a turtle. The two continue swimming until they reach a foggy sea. While they can't find anyone to ask for directions, Dory spots a small shadow in the distance. Marlin is a bit worried but eventually lets Dory go ask for directions. The small shadow turns out to be a blue whale, and at that moment, a swarm of jellyfish swiftly passes over both of them. E2 are swallowed by the whale, and at the same time, the tank becomes covered in algae. Gil tells Nemo that his dad is waiting outside, indicating that the whale already knows about Marlin's journey to find his son in Sydney. The whale spits them out, but an incident occurs in the tank. The dentist has replaced the smart water filtration system, and the tank becomes clean and back to normal. However, today is Darla's arrival, and the dentist plans to catch Nemo with a net. The entire tank gang immediately rallies together and pulls the net down, but their joy is short-lived as the dentist quickly catches Nemo in a plastic bag. They all cheer for Nemo to quickly roll out the window, but as soon as they reach the door, he is caught again and put into a tray. Suddenly, the door opens and Darla arrives. Marlin and Dory are attacked by the seagulls at the harbor, but Nemo's tank friend recognizes Marlin and rushes to save them. He takes them to the dentist's office, where Darla eagerly awaits her birthday present. However, just as the dentist turns around, he sees Nemo lying belly up in the bag. It turns out Nemo was pretending to be dead so that the dentist would flush him down the toilet. At this moment, chaos erupts in the room, with the seagulls causing a ruckus. Marlin sees his son lying on the table and believes he is dead. The dentist manages to chase the seagulls out, and Nemo hears his father's voice and wakes up. Darla discovers the bag and shakes it violently, causing Nemo to feel extremely dizzy. Unable to watch anymore, Gil quickly swims towards the volcano of bubbles and shoots himself towards Darla. Scared, she throws the bag, causing it to break. The entire school of fish cheers for Gil as he teaches the little girl a lesson. Later, he lies on the tray with Nemo. Now he jumps up, making Nemo bounce into the drain pipe. He escapes, and Gil is returned to the tank by the dentist. On the other side, Marlin and Dory are extremely sad. Their journey has come to an end and Marlin wants to go back home. However, Dory begs him not to leave her. She has come to see Marlin as her family. Despite her forgetfulness, Dory still remembers the address of the dentist's office throughout their journey. However, at the moment, Marlin just wants to forget everything. Suddenly, Nemo appears behind Dory, causing her memory loss to return. She only remembers that they are looking for someone, but doesn't remember who. Then, Dory looks at a water pipe with the word Sydney on it and immediately remembers their journey to find little Nemo. Both of them follow Marlin as he swims away. Meanwhile, Marlin is swimming with a large school of fish when he hears the familiar call of his son. He happily swims towards Nemo and embraces him. They think everything is over, but suddenly the school of fish screams and swims away as a large fishing net appears in the distance. Dory, unintentionally, gets caught in the net as well. Nemo bravely tries to save Dory, but Marlin pulls him back. He doesn't want to put his son in danger after the difficult journey they've had. However, Nemo assures Marlin that he can trust him. Marlin looks into his son's eyes and sees that he has grown up, so he gradually lets him go. In panic, Nemo gathers the school of fish together and they swim back down with the guidance of Marlin. At first, they are afraid and are being pulled to the surface, but with Marlin's guidance, the school of fish pulls them back down, causing the fishing net to break. The fish are relieved to have escaped, but when Marlin goes to look for Nemo, he finds him unconscious under the net. The memory of when Nemo was just an egg rushing back to him, Marlin makes a promise to protect his son for the rest of his life. At this moment, Nemo slowly regains consciousness, and Marlin tells him about the age of the sea turtle and all the things he was curious about before. The two of them are happy together as they return home. This time, Marlin wakes Nemo up to go to school, and Mr. Ray comes to pick up the children, including the little turtle, a new exchange student. The vegetarian shark trio also arrives to greet their old friend Marlin, scaring the other fathers. They invite Dory and Marlin to a party the following week, not forgetting to recite the vegetarian fish motto. Before Mr. Ray departs, Nemo swims back and hugs his father. Marlin holds him for so long that Nemo has to remind him that it's time to go to school. Somehow, they manage to inadvertently break the smart water filter in the fish tank. The dentist has no choice but to put everyone in plastic bags for cleaning, and during that opportunity, Gil and his gang escape into the ocean. The movie concludes here. Thank you for watching. See you in the next episodes. If you enjoyed it, please give a like and subscribe to the BTW Chill Movie channel.